Hey everybody, let's talk. Meet me at the table.
Hey, the fun.
Get some heat.
Hey. Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Hey. It's the mother here.
Hi everybody, it is Miss Joyner. I am here with Let's Talk at the table. Y'all already know who I am. I'm the host and co-founder of Let's Talk Women Conferences. But this right here, y'all, is just something different. It's on another level. This is Let's Talk at the table. I am joined by some amazing women. This is it's going to be nothing but real, raw, uncut, and unfiltered conversations. If y'all ready, sit back, relax, subscribe to whatever channel if it's in Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, I need y'all to follow Let's Talk. Let's jump right in. So, as I said, I'm here with some beautiful ladies. Everybody is representing a different person. This is episode 1. Episode 1 is named Unfiltered Motherhood. Woo! So obviously, everybody sitting at the table are mothers. Everyone have a significant personalized story. I can't tell theirs and they can't tell mine. So this is to gather, to hear, to listen, to uplift, and to strengthen our sisterhood. So let's get started. Y'all ready?
I'm ready. What they do?
So, so let me just let y'all in on a little quick secret so y'all understand what's going on here. We are joined by a single mom, and we all know how that go. We have a co-parenting mom. Everybody don't know how that go because in our generation, co-parenting is sometimes unheard of, but we have a good one represented here today. We have a married mom, and we have a mom of a child with autism. So it's a variety of moms here, and we just gonna get right into it. So this is an icebreaker.
Okay.
It doesn't, whoever feel led to speak first, let's do it. Let's talk.
Okay.
So if you could describe motherhood in one word, what would it be?
Challenging.
Challenging.
Unscripted.
Unscripted.
I like that. Cool. Very much ghetto.
Yeah.
Definitely survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
I like that.
Natural born nurturer. Oh yes, I like
Yeah,
that. I like
too.
that.
I like that. What made you say that?
As a mom, the first thing you think of is just cater to, care for, love, cherish, protect. And as moms, like, we want to protect our babies. We want to cater to our babies. We can be having a rough day. We can forget about ourselves. But when it comes to that mom title, oh, my baby need this, or I got to protect my baby. But a lot of times we forget to protect ourselves.
Right.
So that's a different part of motherhood that we got to dive into. But we're going to talk about that.
And that's when it's becoming ghetto. we forget about ourselves. We forget about ourselves.
Right. So anybody, somebody, how has motherhood reshaped your definition of strength?
I can. I'll go. Well, hi everyone, I'm Portia.
Yeah.
You said reshaped our life.
How
our
has
strength.
motherhood reshaped your definition of strength?
Well, my journey for motherhood was a lot different. I had premature births. I had 23-week twins, and then I lost one. So, and this is all at the age of 26. So having the strength that I never knew I had, that if you look and hear other people's story, you be like, well, I don't know how I could do that. But when it becomes your story, you're like, I don't know how I got through that. But I tell everyone, you have to believe in something. So by me going through losing a child, still having a child in the NICU, not sure if he's going to make it, it just gave me like God gave me that strength that I didn't know I had, but I had it all along. And it's crazy because I always ask God for like, Lord, I just want strength. Like, just give me the strength. And when I went through all of that, it showed that I already had it all along. But by just me going through the ups and downs of that and keep going, keep pushing my way through, even though, okay, I'm holding my daughter for the first and last time at the age of 26, like, the next day I went back and I went and see my son. And I kept going back to the NICU. And it's just like, God just gave me that strength that I didn't know I had to just keep going. And I look back like, Portia, you really made it through that dark time.
Yeah.
And
because you did.
You're still
look
here.
at you now.
Yeah. You're not on drugs. You're not using drugs or alcohol or anything as an excuse to soothe that pain or that loss that you had. You're still in your right mind. You're still smiling. You don't have a chip on your shoulder because you had it in you all along.
Come on.
And you blossoming.
Yeah.
I love that. That's deep. Anybody else? Strength. I know we all had to resemble that at least one time in your life.
Yes. Yes.
Honestly, I'm going to say my kids. Like,
They reshaped your strength.
yeah. Because sometimes we question our purpose. And you get up every day and look at them like, they're smiling. Don't have a clue that you probably was just in that shower crying. How I'm going to feed them today. And it's like they just know, but don't know. So, I see my kids for sure.
I like that too.
Definitely your kids. And I'm Bish, by the way, Darnisha. My kids is definitely my strength. But I will say, having my kids 10 years apart, so motherhood is like different. The strength that I needed at 19 when I had my son is totally different than the strength I needed at 29 when I had my daughter. So, and the dynamics when they both came into the world was a little different. Having my daughter, just me and my son for a long time, suffer from secondary infertility. Then I'm like, man, I never have a baby. Then I had a baby, and then to lose her dad while I'm having her was different. It was like, how am I going to do this? But just seeing her every day, watching my son every day, it's like, I got to do this. I don't have a choice but to do this because they need me. I have a village, but they need me, the mom I am. So again, like Portia said, ask God. I need the strength. Like, I don't know where it's coming from, God, but just send it to me. And just watching them every day, knowing that the life I want for them, the life I want for myself, I just put that S on my chest.
Yes.
And strength, superwoman,
Yes.
superhero, whatever it is, whatever the S stand for, I just put it on my chest and just put that cape on. Like Germany said, you go in the bathroom, cry, come back out. What y'all want for dinner? No one wants to know. Like nothing ever happened. But yeah, like resilience is a big thing. I mean, I always say, I also give myself grace. That's a big one. You have to give yourself grace and motherhood, strength, because we go every day, don't know how we're gonna do it, but it gets done.
Yes.
That's true.
What about you?
Hello, I'm Taria. Y'all may know me as Reverie. What I would say is your upbringing far as strength goes. Everybody don't have that upbringing. I had a strong mother. So I am married, but I wasn't always married with help. I raised two of my oldest sons by myself without their dads. So watching my mom being that her strength, I feel like I took a lot of her strength, and that's how I was able to raise my boys. And it wasn't easy because it's hard trying to raise young men in a home without a man around. You're not a man, and some things you can't teach them manly things, but you could give them what you got and kind of like go from there. And I didn't know which way I was going sometimes because I felt like I'm being a mom, I'm being a dad, I'm paying the bills, I'm doing basketball, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I was all over the place. But I'm like, if I don't do it, who's going to do it? So the strength from my mom, that's where I got my strength from when I was a single parent, raising two boys into be men in a home. And I had my days. I had bad days. I had good days. And like y'all said, they don't even be knowing the half, like what's going on. They just think, oh, my mom got this, my mom got that. and y'all don't even know our motor might get cut off tomorrow.
Right.
But again,
Right.
you know, you make it do what it do, and what's that saying they say? You be struggling, but they don't see it. They don't see that part of the struggle that you have to go through. In their eyes, they look like it's to them. Oh, my mom, she got it, like, you know, but they don't know what's going on behind the walls.
Right.
So me, I would just say the strength from my mom, that was the strength that gave me to be a single mom at that moment, to raise my kids. And they are pretty good boys, you know, you teach them what you can,
right?
And then it's up to them to take.
You lay that foundation, and they
what they choose to do,
right?
And from there, you know. But as I can say, I am going to pat myself on the back because I believe I've done a good job.
Like that.
What she said, give yourself credit.
Yeah.
Like that. That was good. Y'all hear that about strength? So I know everybody. It's a normal word. It's not, we hear strength all the time, but I don't think you really know what strength is until
you go
through it. And even with that, like, you know, back in the day, me and Taria shared the same mom, so I pretty much could piggyback off what she said. You know, we was raised to be strong. So we don't even know nothing else but be strong. But kind of like what Darnisha said, the 10-year gap between her kids is different types of strength that you need.
Right.
So although we was raised to be strong, life done hit some turns that we wasn't prepared for, and we didn't know what level of strength we needed until we was in it. You know?
Right.
So all of you ladies have done a beautiful job because the strength that y'all had, y'all kept it. And clearly, we still got it because tomorrow ain't no telling what's going on. I don't even know what happened today, but we all showed up. And everybody give yourself a hand clap for that because it's a struggle day by day. So that was good. That was good. So what's the misconception about being a mom that you had to unlearn? One more time. What's a misconception about being a mom that you had to unlearn?
That it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to sometimes not want to be a mom. Like, you know, some people think like, oh, motherhood and but sometimes you have that like, how did I get here? Like, why am I here? Like, I can't return. Like, sometimes I
can't earlier. Like that. I had no business. What's that term they say? F them kids. F them kids.
And I ain't cooking. I never liked that. Like when I heard that, I would be like, I don't agree with that.
You get a different.
But baby, go on vacation.
I see them when I get back.
Right.
They know I'm there.
I feel like it's okay to have your you time.
That's what I was gonna say.
Your you time to be like, just like F them kids. Listen here, Jace. I don't know what you about to do.
Right.
But I'm going in this bathroom. I'm locking the door, and I'm just sitting in the tub.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put my R&B on, or I might even watch a Netflix movie. But I don't know what you about to do. Just don't burn the house down. And you're not getting in here because I'm locking the door. But just taking that selfish time for me to decompose, to woosah, like. Sometimes you have to be selfish because if you pour, because us as moms, we pour so much into our kids that we like are empty and depleted, and it's like, okay, I don't feel like it. Like,
It's
I
hard
don't
to
feel
get
like doing
that
anything.
back.
So you gotta just find that selfish time and be unapologetic about it.
Right.
I used to feel like, oh, I feel bad, but now I be like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Listen, my Jason know the motto. He be like, Mom, you need 5 minutes? Give me 5 minutes, bro. That's all I need. Give me 5 minutes. We all just got in the door and you asking me 20 questions per second. Right. And I'm Germany, by the way, guys. I didn't even introduce myself.
Because I wasn't doing that. I don't know. But y'all know what I had to unlearn, which was interesting. I was raised with, you know, my mom and my dad. And, you know, my dad was a tough cookie. He, you know, stood on business. But he always told me, like, what goes on in this house stays in this house.
Yeah.
And I wrote that in my book. If y'all ready, I gotta go get it, Waking Up to a New Person. But I wrote about that because I stuck with that for years. What goes on in this house stays in this house. But do you know what that means when you get older? You're not talking to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So you have kids, you don't want to talk to them. You get married, you don't want to talk to them because you didn't grow up in my household. I can't talk to you. And I'm really hurting. Like, I really need to get this stuff out. But I can't talk to nobody. And that goes for therapists, that goes for friends. Don't trust nobody.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody his business. If you need something, you come to us, and then that's that. But we're older now. We have children. She has 2 grown men. I have a teenager right now. She has a teenager.
Yeah.
And raising these teenagers are different.
Very much.
Yeah.
They are different and they not the same. So all that
Whole different generation.
yeah.
They not like how we came up.
No, they're
Nothing
not.
like it.
No, and they need a
They
village.
have a lot more pressures too.
Yes.
Yes, a lot of
have
pressures.
a lot more access.
Yes.
This social media.
Because
we didn't have
social
all-
media was just
We
coming.
didn't have all that growing up.
No, we
It was
didn't.
just
We
coming
didn't
when
have
we
We had the party line.
We didn't have access.
We
actually
actually
they're
enjoyed.
very privileged.
Very.
Like, and
And
entitled.
Yeah, entitled. Whew.
Yes. Entitled.
That's where the
And it would drive
it.
it would drive you up a wall, for real. But that was something that I had to unlearn, and I went to therapy, for that. And when it came out, it was just like, oh. And I remember my mom making me, well, not making me, but talking me into going to therapy when I was like 16, and I wasn't for it. I was like, no. How is she going to help me? She don't know me from a can of paint, But as I grew up and I got out of that, it felt better because you release some stuff. You can't hold on to stuff from your childhood because now you're seeing it in your kids. And now what do? And guess what? That's what got me. I started seeing that in my oldest daughter.
And that's some generational.
She was just like, no, I can't talk to you. And I'm like, how? Like, I'm out here doing conferences and talking to people, and you mean to tell me you can't talk to me? And we had to break that, and we did. Because now my baby would come down and be like, Mom, we got to talk. And I'm the one that, my family used to always say that I tell my daughter too much. Because I did. I mean, she my only girl at the time. And I probably did tell her too much. But it was like, I always knew she was older, she was mature. She only 14 now, but this girl, like, that's my girl.
But sometimes if you don't tell them,
They gonna learn in the
for the
street.
next person tell them.
Yeah.
So sometimes
That
it's kind of
part.
like a good thing. You gotta give them the game before they get it from somebody else.
Yes,
Right.
and
And
that's
you
true.
rather hear it from a parent than somebody in the street, because if you tell them something you don't want them to know and then they hear it first, it's gonna be like, well, why my mom
And they
ain't
gonna
tell
turn
me?
to the
Right.
streets because the streets.
So
So
I used to
another-
think like that, but then I'm like, I don't know. I think, if I had a daughter, I would probably be the same way my sister is with her kids. Now, it's a little different with boys, because they gonna flat out come, yo, mom, blah, blah. They just coming right at you with it. I'll be like, oh, like, slow down, all right? I know y'all grown, but some stuff I don't really want to hear about. But,
Right.
With girls, it's different, and
Yeah,
I don't
they
have
be
a daughter,
so-
But at least she feels comfortable to tell
Right.
and confide in the
And
right
now-
person.
and that's-
Where she's confiding in her friends, and they don't know. They just trying to figure it out amongst each other. But that way, she's coming to you like, hey, Mom, I have an issue, or I'm feeling this type of way, and she feels comfortable enough where she doesn't feel like I can't talk to my mom, but she ain't gonna try to hear me.
And it's
She won't
crazy
judge
because
me.
I'm
She
even
won't-
still growing through that as well. Like now, like we talking about boys, and in my head, I'm like, Jesus, I know I wanted her to talk to me, but I don't know how to navigate through this. So now I gotta remain cool. I gotta keep my promises and be like,
I'll be in the back like,
let's
"Alright,
just be
we can do
quiet.
this.
Yeah,
Mama or homegirl from around the way.
right. And you gotta
sometimes-
be both.
Yeah,
You gotta be
sometimes
both.
we gotta
be
start it
both.
off like, all right, homegirl, because she like, Mom, let me tell you what happened at school with the drama. I'm like, I said, that what you do? She like, Mom, okay, homegirl.
Yeah.
She tell you the drama that took place at school. Most kids don't do that.
We do take one and take two. Take
Yeah.
one is I'm your friend. Spill it out. So this one went with this one. I said and I did and he did whatever. All right. Well, you need to watch your friend because your friend ain't it. And da-da-da. Now take two. Now I'm your mom.
Yeah.
and this is what you need to do. This is what you need to stop doing.
Yes.
And the direction go from there. So that was something that I really had to unlearn, and it feels so much better.
Yes.
Like, I agree with, don't go out and tell the world your business because they don't need to know.
Right.
You don't need to post your business on social media. You can post what you want,
Discretion
but
is
keep
key.
some things private.
Yeah.
Go for it. But if you got a best friend or somebody to talk to, do that.
Yeah.
Because that could save your life. And for whatever reason, now my daughter, she loves my mom. I love my mom, but my mom has never been that open.
Well, grandma,
Talk.
And that, and speaking on that, that's another thing.
That's crazy though, right?
I feel like we had to unlearn that growing up. I'm not your little friend.
Right.
Being a parent.
That.
Yeah.
Because I want to be my child friend. No, I'm going to parent you. I'm going to be your mother, but I do want to be a friend to a certain extent.
Right.
I want that friend you can come and talk to me. You can tell me anything. Tell me when you're not feeling good. Tell me when you're mentally ill or anything. Like that's the friend zone. And then I'll switch, like you said, to mommy move. Take one, take two. You know, so that I'm not your little friend growing up. Oh, you know, I am my little friend. My little bestie, my son is my bestie because you want to talk to them. You want to have that comfortable conversation, bust it up, laugh. And then, all right, you better, that schoolwork better be done. You know, you can switch the modes, but you still want to be their friend. And not be their friend in the sense condone their BS or condone like certain things they're doing. But friendly,
you gotta cut it off.
Right.
Yeah.
we can laugh, joke. You're not about to come and sit around cussing and all that. But we're going to laugh and we're going to joke and you're going to tell me things that you want to tell a friend. You know, you want to be comfortable with me. So
see, for me,
I am my kid's little friend.
with my mom, like I felt comfortable, like how you don't feel comfortable coming. I felt comfortable coming to my mom. Like my mom wasn't the type where, you know, how some people parents, you be like, she like, oh, I can't talk to my mom about this because she's gonna like go off the deep end. My mom never was like that, so I never felt uncomfortable having different conversations. Like, well, I can't have a conversation about a boy to my mom because she gonna think I'm fast or she. So my mom always had that open door policy, and but it was also a respect. So I feel like in our job description as a mom, like friend is on there too, but it's also like, okay, I'm a nurturer, I got all these things too, but it's also a level of respect. So like if I felt some type of way like with sex or anything, like I went to my mom. I didn't like, oh girl, I got a question about this. You trying to give me advice and you just learned it yourself. Like and I think it might be because, well, my mom, her mother passed when she was young, so she grew up with like the great aunts and stuff, so it was like she was trying to navigate this mother thing too, because she was raised by her grandmother and like her aunts, which are my great aunts. So I felt like she was just like, I just gotta figure it out because I didn't have
or
like
I want to
that
do it
extra
never
mom.
I want to do my daughter different than how I was growing up.
I always felt like comfortable like coming to her, because when people be like, I can't talk to my mom, I be like, I don't have that issue. And then I see it later on, I be like, well, you should have went to talk to your mom. Because now
now it's like when you older, like, Mom, guess what, girl? What's or Mom, let me tell you who acting funny. Or you know, different things. Like you have that with your mom.
Like, I told you she ain't your friend.
Yeah. Like I see writing on the wall.
I told you ain't want to say nothing when you was younger.
I was like, oh, Mom, like, shit, like, now look at her. She got tough. I'm like, Mom, why we talking about the past? Like,
and that's how I am with Nyla. I do let her, me and her dad have this thing like, we don't shield their eyes. We want you to learn, so you know that we're going to tell you, but we're not going to tell you what to do when it comes to friends or things like that. So, but Nyla started.
Are you and her dad together?
No, we're not.
Is he are you in another relationship?
Yes.
Is he?
Yes, he's married.
He's married.
Wow.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
There it is. That's the co-parenting mom, and it looks like you do it pretty well, huh?
Yes, that's my road dog. That's my bestie. So we try to have a lot of equal things in our house.
right, because they'll see that. You have to have that because they're coming in two different households.
Right.
So they don't know how to play if y'all not on the same level.
Right.
Definitely. they know. Like, that's like, you know. And for me, my co-parenting is different because my son is on the spectrum and he's not verbal. So me and his father, we don't have any option but to communicate with each other.
Right.
So even if, you know, we was clashing, I always put Jace first. It doesn't matter how I feel about his dad. I'm not gonna bad talk his dad in front of him. How I feel about him. If he has to go to a doctor's appointment, I still, hey, we went to the ophthalmologist. They said this, that. He got a new prescription. I'm gonna pick it up. Like, it costs this amount, and I just leave it at that. But that's just me being mature enough to be like, my number one goal when it comes to co-parenting, the number one goal is our kid.
And that's how we are.
That's how you have to do it.
But with me, all right, I took them the first 6 months to get their teeth cleaned. 6 months is yours. I mean, but that's how we do it, because in the beginning it was like he came to me about the idea of 1 week on, 1 week off.
Okay.
And I was terrified. I was like, absolutely not. Like, they all I know. Right. And they're used to seeing 2. Now they're 1 week off. Right. And my mom like, give it a try.
Right.
Because God forbid something ever happened to me, I need you to know what to do and how to do it.
Right.
And yeah, we end up sitting down, having a one-on-one, setting boundaries of closing doors and chapters and clear understanding where okay, you hurt me here, I apologize, and taking accountability. Yeah. And now,
once those emotions get out the way,
that's what I was about to ask. What's something about being a mom that nobody told you? And that could be one, like, nobody told me I had to go through all these emotions and co-parent, and 1 minute I was with this guy and had this baby, and then the next minute now I got to send my child out to somebody else's household with a whole nother wife. Like,
ooh, the emotion part, like, I'm not gonna hold you. Johnny taught me how to not think off my emotions. He would tell me, deal with your emotions, feel how you feel, because you're entitled to feel how you feel. But once you come out of it, then let's talk. Because baby,
gotta talk.
Most of the time,
no way around it.
Talk with your emotions. That's
you're
really not how you feel.
That's not the right.
You're just going off your emotions.
And you're not listening to understand.
When you sit back and think about it, once you pull off, you be like,
"Damn, I didn't have to do all that."
Now I gotta say I'm sorry.
I stand by this. I'm sorry that I said that at the time, but
and that took me a long time too, because I used to always apologize, but then I had the butt at the end. And I'm just like, I want you to see, and you be like, nah, that's the emotions, and I'm like, whatever. All right, I guess you're right, but it took a lot of growth to get to where we are. Yeah, that's good. A lot of understanding. So,
So what's one thing, Porsche? I'm gonna ask Portia. What's one thing you sometimes feel guilty about as a mom?
That I feel guilty about, I would say, Jace not being potty trained. I do feel guilty, and that's why I kind of like only have a handful of people that I'm like, because I'm like, oh, nobody gonna change nobody. Like, he eat what I eat, but my family is like, oh, we don't care about that. Like, he's fine. So it's just me feeling guilty that I'm not able to potty train him, and I'm trying, but I'm not successful at that. And I feel like, and people are like, oh, you're such a great mom, and I'm like, I don't feel like it because my child is not potty trained, and I'm trying to get there, and like, he just don't care. So that's like one thing. He don't. It's bad, child. He will go to sleep, and I'll be like, why does this smell like a trash can? Like, you don't like stuff on your hands, but you don't care what's on your butt. Why couldn't that part be the sensory part for the autism with you? Like, I'm serious. Like, it be like this. I'm like, but you got a whole pull up full of food. That don't bother you. Bro, the math don't be mathing. Like, I be like, okay, well, wash your hands, and now you gotta get your pull up, and you crying. I'm like, I should be crying because I gotta wipe you. Like,
right.
But who should be crying here? I gotta wipe your butt. You ain't gotta wipe your butt. So, but that's like one thing like that I feel guilty about is definitely like the potty training. That's like a huge thing for me. and I feel bad about it. But they're like, he'll get there, and I'm like, when?
He gonna get there
Because I want you to get there. Like, I want that for me and you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of like the hugest thing. Like, I really feel guilty about, because I don't feel bad about anything else when it comes to him, because he's come a long way.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't supposed to be here. The day after I had him, they like, listen, his lungs is bad. If his lungs collapse, like, there's nothing we can do because he's so little.
Yeah.
We can't re-intubate him because he's only a pound and 3 ounces. So
wow.
we just hoping for the best. So it's like, from coming from that all the way to now he's about to be 10. I'm just blessed to just have him, because he's not supposed to. Yeah, like, he's not supposed to be here. So it's like, that's just one of the things I feel like, why? So that's my biggest hurdle and my biggest skill.
Ray, what's the hardest thing about being a single mom that people don't see, but that's personal to you? Like, you hear everybody say being a single mom is hard, but your personal experience, what was the hardest thing that you don't think people saw, that only you could tell?
Because people on the outside looking in always thought like everything was so perfect with me being a single mom, and it wasn't. My kids know the struggle, because we really went through some struggles, but they wouldn't tell. They not going to tell the outside world like what it was like when our water was cut off before, and I was scared to call and ask for help and stuff like that. So sometimes I'll be like, people don't even know this because I never said anything, because that was my pride. Because I had to put on my big girl drawers, like, well, their dad's left, so it's only me. So I got to figure it out some kind of way.
Right. Yeah.
But it was a pride thing, me trying to call and ask for help, because I'm like, they're going to be like, well, why you? But not knowing that what I was making wasn't even adding up to what my bills was. So I don't know how I was paying what I paid, because I wasn't even making the amount of money to what my bills added up to. So that's a part that I would say, like, people, they didn't see that part because I didn't tell it, or I was scared to tell it. Let me say that.
You made it look good.
Why is it hard? Like, as moms, it's hard for us to ask for help. Especially, it's really hard.
The biggest thing.
I had to really like learn that, and my dad was really, because he gave tough love. Like, we really didn't hug like that. It was like very much, tough love. So it's like, when me and him went through some stuff, like, I would like cry because I'm just upset. He like, why are you crying? Like, I'm trying to be, your mom and all that, but like, I'm treating you like a baby. So like, I had to learn I took everything in, and it was one day he told me, he was like, it's okay, like, to cry. It's okay. And I was just like, and it just it just came. He's like, it's okay for you, like, to get help. Like, I'm here to help you. And I was just like, wow. But it is true. It's hard for us to like ask for help, because we just so used to being.
You so used to being independent.
Yes.
But then you feel like if you ask for help, you don't want nobody to say something, talk about you, or judge you. So that was my biggest thing. I'm like, they ain't gonna be talking about me. So
And I always struggle with asking for help, because I felt like my kids are my responsibility.
Yes.
My kids are my obligation.
Yes.
No one is obligated to help me.
Yes.
These are my kids. So
Yes.
I'm gonna bust my behind. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. But sometimes we do fall short. Sometimes we do need extra money for a bill, or the kids might need sneakers, or they may need X, Y, and Z. It's like, these my kids.
Yeah.
I ain't asking nobody. I got it. I figured it out.
Yeah.
And we might have to rob Peter to pay Paul.
Right.
But the kids got what they needed. We could have just asked for help. But it's surprising.
done without something.
And then we want to pay this late.
Right.
I was say,
but
where you maneuver some stuff.
Done without something, and it's gonna get paid. And it's
Asking for help is
Let
definitely a
my
big
son
thing.
tell it. Mom stands for Moms Made of Money, because they figure it out. I'll be like, come on, bro. I said, it's not. He said, well, how do you do this? How do you pay this? How do you pay this?
You gotta have more than one stream of income. You like, your mom is a hustler.
My son's favorite line, Mom, come on, you got money. Where?
Like, you go find it.
Where is it?
You're like, right, I do. I don't know about you, but I got something in the bank.
Reese, that's what I was going to ask you. You mentioned earlier that you lost your daughter's father in the midst of you having her. So she's our surviving mom because she just out here.
Yeah.
Out here. Yeah, she just out here. So on your hardest days, what keeps you going? Because you technically lost your other half of support for that one child.
Again, the strength from God. Most days, honestly, I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I'm still doing it. I will say I've gotten so much better. So much better. And it was hard because not only was I mourning the loss of my loved one, but I'm mourning the loss that my daughter had. Like, she has to suffer growing up without her father.
Right.
And I grew up a daddy's girl, always had my dad.
Right.
You know, always.
Right.
And I, you know, recently lost my dad. But it was like, how am I gonna do this?
Right.
How am I gonna figure this out? And it was one day, I never forget, it was a conversation that me and her, my daughter's dad used to always have. Oh, my daughter's gonna be this about me. My daughter's gonna be crazy about me. My daughter's not gonna be thinking about you. You know, like, I'm like, oh, she could be a daddy's girl, that's fine. And I sat down, I'm like, damn. You know, she was supposed to be a daddy's girl. Like, this is supposed to be his job. He's supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z. And I was like, she's a mommy's girl. So all those roles reverse. Like, so it's me doing this. It's me doing that. Like, I'm the only one that she can depend on. Again, I must say, my village is phenomenal. But it's me. So she's a mommy's girl. So I'm like, I got my son here. I got my daughter. And that was the thing, because I didn't want it to be like I'm showing too much love to my daughter and neglecting my son. You know, so my son has his dad. Right. You know, so it was a balance thing. So once I learned how to balance the love for both of my kids without showing favoritism, it was like this.
That's
like,
good.
It just was a revolving door.
Because that can happen unconsciously.
Yep. And a lot of times we go through that. Like, it may seem like, oh, you always doing X, Y, and Z for this kid and not that kid. But this kid need me a little more. Right. This kid is younger, or this kid needs a little more attention. This kid may have this disability, and I have to show them a little more love. I love you the same.
Yeah, it's not but love, but just a little bit more
it's
attention.
The same. Yeah. So once I learned the balance of it, and once I realized that she got her dad, he's just an invisible dad. You know, once I taught her that, and once we learned that. You
taught her that?
Yeah, like I was gonna say, how does that come?
So
how does that work?
Ever since my daughter was 2 months old, I always showed her who her dad was. Always showed her. 2 months old, I was showing her pictures of her dad. This your daddy. And once she got 10, 11 months, she started talking and stuff like that. So when she would say, Daddy on the picture, I would say, Daddy in the sky. You know, he's sleeping. So once she got 2 years old, you asked her, sorry, where your dad? Oh, he in the sky, he asleep. And now that she's developed older, I always took her to the grave site and everything. And she's like, I got a dad. He's just not here. Like, he's in the sky asleep. So it's like she has a unique dad. And, and I'm teaching her that you do have a dad. You just may not see him in a physical form. And now that I lost my dad, we have that bonding moment. We're like, see, mommy lost her dad, so my dad is an invisible dad. We have dads. They're just not physically here. And once she learned that, and she knows, what's your dad name, Sean? Like, she knows his name, she knows she have a dad, and she's still like this hype kid, like this happy kid.
It's not affecting her.
It's not affecting her. And I will say, this may sound a little weird, and I hope it doesn't come out weird. I am glad that she didn't build that bond with her dad and then lose him.
That heartbreak.
So she never knew a man,
because this is her normal.
And lost. So it's normal for her. So she's understanding. And she's grown up. Like, I have a dad. I just never met him. He's invisible. So that works for us, and it may not work for everybody, but it works for us. And I don't ever let her forget about him. Birthday, holiday. Oh, my dad, her birthdays, this from daddy. Like, she still get gifts. She still gets everything from daddy, just not in the physical form.
Right. And that's why his spirit
and it works for us.
His spirit lives on too.
And then she's super close with my son, you know, so she has that big brother, you know, that person that she can look up to as well.
I love
it
that.
works.
That's interesting.
So right now we are going to take a quick break. That was Let's Talk at the Table, episode 1, part 1. We'll be right back with our last support and coping techniques.